The case of Mikhail Popkov. When witnessing or hearing about someone involved in violence or criminal activity, who do we think of to intervene and stop it? The police, of course. They are the protectors, the guardians of our safety. But what happens when a police officer, someone we trust to keep us safe, turns out to be a criminal himself? When the protector is actually the devourer? How did a police officer, sworn to serve and protect, become one of Russia's most notorious serial killers? What secrets did his childhood hold? And what was the twisted logic behind his murderous spree? How did a normal law enforcement officer turn into the werewolf? In the vast, icy reaches of Siberia, a uniformed man stalked the streets, targeting women with ruthless brutality. Over a decade, he claimed dozens of lives, women who vanished into the shadows, never to return. But behind the terrible crimes was a man whose own story is intertwined with darkness and pain. This is the story of Mikhail Popkov, Russia's most notorious serial killer. A man who used his badge, his uniform, and his authority to hunt women. Women who thought they were safe in the hands of a trusted law enforcement officer. A man who, for over a decade, terrorized the city of Angarsk and Irkutsk, leaving behind a trail of violence and unanswered questions. What made him snap? Join us as we delve into the chilling case of Mikhail Popkov, an investigation that challenges our understanding of evil, justice, and the depths of human depravity. Mikhail Vladimirovich Popkov was born on March 7, 1964, in the town of Angarsk, situated near Lake Baikal in Siberia. From the outside, Mikhail's childhood seemed rough. His family was disturbing, his father a worker and his mother a homemaker. Early on, the cracks in his life began to show. As a boy, Mikhail was described as withdrawn, often quiet to the point of isolation. School reports mention a boy who struggled to connect with peers. He was often bullied for being different, for being shy, for his thin frame and awkwardness. Neighbors recalled that Mikhail's home life was tense. His father was reportedly strict and authoritarian, often violent and aggressive. Mikhail's mother was described as passive, caught in an environment of constant conflict, and was an alcoholic too. His childhood was tough as he faced domestic violence, constant bullies, often neglected by parents. Once he went on a summer camp from school. For Mikhail, the summer camp was a rare escape from the harsh environment of his home life. It was a time when he was surrounded by peers, participating in sports, games, and communal activities. But beneath the surface, some disturbing memories lingered. Unlike his peers, Mikhail's parents never came to visit him at camp. While most children's parents would come to meet them, encourage them, and show pride, Mikhail was left alone. Overwhelmed by feelings of abandonment, Mikhail ran away from the camp and returned home. His journey back was arduous, but what awaited him at home was even more disturbing. When he arrived home, he found his parents in a drunken state. His mother was visibly intoxicated and was in a physical contact with his father's friend. This traumatic episode at the summer camp, combined with the shocking environment at home, planted the seeds of deep-seated resentment and hatred, particularly towards women, whom he associated with chaos and violence. After completing secondary school, Mikhail joined the Soviet Army at the age of 17, which was a rite of passage for many young men in Russia. He was a young man with hopes for the future, and he had a girlfriend whom he loved deeply. Before leaving, he asked her to wait for him. When he came back after 2 years of training, he found that his girlfriend had married someone else. She even had a child from him. When Mikhail confronted her, he asked why she betrayed him. Her response was cold, as she told she was never committed to him. This rejection and betrayal ignited a burning hatred toward women in him. Her words, her denial of any emotional tie, cemented his belief that women were untrustworthy, fickle, and disloyal. That heartbreak, combined with his childhood traumas, fueled an intense and personal hatred of women, an obsession that would later manifest in his violent crimes. During mid-1990s, he found employment as a police officer after working various jobs in Angarsk. A police officer, a position that gave him authority and control, and, as it would later be revealed, an outlet for his violent urges. By the late 1990s, Mikhail Popkov was a respected figure in his community. He was married to Elena Popkova, had children, and was considered a typical law enforcement officer. According to his fellow officers, he was a kind-hearted and a happy person who was always seen smiling. Once, when the life seemed aligned, Mikhail faced yet another devastating betrayal. One evening, as he was coming back from duty early, he saw his 5-year-old daughter playing outside the house. Curious, he asked her why she was playing outside all alone. She said that her mother asked her to go out and play as someone had come to visit her. Mikhail took her daughter and went inside to check. What he found shook him to his core. He caught his wife, Elena, cheating on him. Elena, in her intoxicated condition, did not deny it too. Instead, she admitted that she was cheating on him. She even said it was not the first time she cheated on him with other guys. This revelation, her betrayal, her admission of repeated disloyalty, was a pivotal moment for Mikhail. It shattered any remaining illusions he held about trust and loyalty. Her words confirmed his deepest fears. Women could be unfaithful, manipulative, and untrustworthy. This event marked a turning point, the final straw that set him on a path toward violence and murder. His feelings of betrayal, combined with years of accumulated anger, hatred, and trauma, fueled his descent into a brutal serial killer. The two stayed together despite the betrayal he faced. To his family and colleagues, Mikhail Popkov seemed entirely ordinary. In fact, many described him as charming and dependable. His daughter fondly recalled him as the best dad, emphasizing his caring and protective nature. Colleagues praised his police record, noting his bravery and fitness. He passed all mental health evaluations and was even commended for his bravery, which also included shooting a rapist while on duty. Despite his dark secret, he maintained a facade of normalcy, earning respect and admiration from those who knew him best. This duality, an ordinary man hiding a monstrous side, makes his story even more chilling. Finally, in 1992, piled up with deep-seated rage, misogyny, trauma from his childhood, and violent fantasies, his first known victim appeared. Mikhail was suspected of assaulting women, but the full extent of his crimes was hidden behind a facade of respectability. Over the next decade, Popkov's murders escalated. Popkov primarily targeted women aged 18 to 50, often offering late-night rides in his police car. He would often approach victims in parking lots or on deserted roads, luring them into his vehicle. He drove them to secluded areas where he would beat, stab, and sexually assault his victims, often leaving their bodies in wooded areas or remote locations. Shockingly, he sometimes returned to the crime scenes to revisit his handiwork. His victims included teachers, shop assistants, civil servants, mothers, and prostitutes. Bodies were frequently mutilated, with some so disfigured that open casket funerals were impossible. For years, Mikhail Popkov managed to evade detection. His position as a police officer gave him insights into criminal investigations, allowing him to cover his tracks. He was known for his audacity, sometimes even parking his police vehicle near crime scenes. His familiarity with police procedures and investigations made him a dangerous predator, until a critical mistake changed everything. In 2012, DNA evidence finally linked him to the crimes. Investigators uncovered a pattern. Many of the victims' blood matched his DNA. It was a chilling revelation, one that exposed a trusted officer as a cold-blooded serial killer. What drove Mikhail Popkov to commit such heinous acts? The motive remains complex and multifaceted. Some believe it was rooted in misogyny, an intense hatred for women, possibly fueled by childhood trauma or personal frustrations. Others suggest that his crimes were driven by a need for control and power. Mikhail reportedly kept trophies from his victims, personal items, jewelry, and other mementos, indicating a compulsive desire to possess and dominate. In interviews, Popkov admitted to feeling anger and resentment toward women, often blaming them for his failures and frustrations. His crimes appeared to be a twisted expression of rage, revenge, and a hunger for domination. In 2012, after years of denial and evasion, Mikhail Popkov was finally arrested. The evidence against him was overwhelming: DNA, witness testimonies, and forensic analysis. His trial began in 2015. The courtroom was filled with the families of victims, many of whom found some measure of closure in seeing justice served. In August 2025, Mikhail Popkov was convicted of 84 murders, one of the highest known counts of serial murders in Russian history. Some sources list his total victim count, based on convictions and confessions, as high as 92. Today, Popkov remains behind bars, his name etched in history as one of Russia's deadliest killers. Although he received a life sentence, the scars of his crimes still haunt his victims' families and the community.